Morning, Jim. Welcome.
Hey Scott, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. Yourself?
Yeah, very good, very good.
Good. Good to catch up this morning. The 6th of October, Wednesday, Tuesday, to just give the club an update on our planning and I guess an information update return to cricket and COVID matters. So, for those that don't know, the club has formed a COVID subcommittee, and Jim is overseeing that subcommittee as our club COVID manager. The committee includes myself as president. It includes chairman of the juniors, Taz Tudor. It includes Paul McDermott from the senior committee, Shane Yole from the junior committee, and Lucas Skelton, our club coach. We've met on 2 occasions, and shortly I'll get Jim to sort of run through what we've been discussing, what plans are in place. Well, just from an overview point of view, I just wanted to make the point to, I guess, all stakeholders of the club that things have changed a lot since we first started hearing about cricket and COVID. Cricket Victoria have been, outstanding in their support and in their communications on a weekly basis. Would you agree with that, Jim?
Yeah, absolutely. They've been working really hard and giving us regular updates and very clear planning frameworks. They're very helpful.
I know that if there was people involved in junior footy or senior footy at the start of COVID, it wasn't that great, to be honest. But Cricket Victoria, I think, have had months to prepare, and they've been excellent in their instructions and their communication. So, look, a couple of months ago, it looked like that it was going to be really difficult to return to any sport, and it looked like cricket was really going to be affected. So, the rumours around. Not rumours, they were actually rules at the time about not being able to share helmets in junior cricket, not being able to share balls, pads. We thought it was going to be a real impost to junior registrations and to playing the game. But I think as we get closer and closer to to that magical date of is it the 14th?
Yes.
14th, isn't it? Yeah, to the 14th. That I think that things are coming clearer, that we won't be that affected. Yes, things are going to be different, and it is a privilege to be playing out the sport that we love in a pandemic, and that's a point we need to continue to make. But in terms of dropping little Johnny off at training on a Monday or a Wednesday or a Friday, apart from sort of scanning in and some social distancing practices, I think as a club we're really prepared to have normality when it comes to kids, when it comes to training. Once they arrive and go through what they need to go through, which is minimal, they'll be able to get into the nets, bat, bowl, catch, have fun, most importantly. And even on game day, we're lucky in that the game is outdoors. If we were sitting here for the Waverley Basketball Club, it'd be a very different discussion. It'd be a sober discussion, really, about where they're at. But we're lucky that we're outdoors. And once, again, little Johnny gets to the ground on a Friday or Saturday or a Sunday, once he steps onto the field, he's going to be able to bowl normally, he's going to be able to bat normally, and he's going to be able to field, and he's going to be with his mates. So there's not a real big difference. And it's a really important point I want to get across to families out there, that cricket is going ahead, and to be rest assured that we're going to put all the processes in place, things in place to make it as normal as possible.
Yeah, that's right, Scott. I think we just there's a lot of work going on in the background quite naturally, and as you say, Cricket Victoria have been fantastic in helping us getting to that date, which I think is the 19th, is the next big sort of date. But so the subcommittee is working very hard to make that a sort of smooth and easy transition. We just want things to be clear for people, but not to take any of the fun away from cricket. We want people to rock up for training, be with their mates, feel supported, and just feel like it's normal. And there are certain things that we're going to have to observe and act on, such as protocols, but it really shouldn't make any difference to the fun of coming back to cricket in the summer, which would be great.
Yeah, agree. So you want to just give a little bit of an overview of the things that are happening from a COVID committee point of view?
Yeah, so as you say, the subcommittee, a good group of people on the subcommittee, and we're kind of all leaning into this and giving it some really good focus. And we've got working to a plan under the structure of Cricket Victoria. So we're going to make that plan available for the club community to see and observe if they wish. And we're also working on our own kind of activation plan and keeping stakeholders like Burundara Council informed, because they've got to feel comfortable that as a club we're ready to return to training and play. So that's in process. But the subgroup meet weekly, and we're working on 3 sort of focus areas really. The first one is really making sure that we're clear in our communications, and this is kind of conversations to sort of start of that. So the community in the club are really clear about what's happening, what do I have to do, what's my responsibility as a club member to make this work. So we want to communicate well. The second thing is really around signage and ground logistics. So once we have the materials, and by the way, my dining room's full of all the signage we need to deploy across our ground. So we're well ahead of the curve on that one.
How many bottles of sanitizer in the kitchen for you at the moment?
I don't know, well over 100. It's a lot. And we can replenish whenever we want. So we're ahead of the game on that. So I'm really pleased we're ready to go with that, the important stuff around the signage. But we've got to deploy it at ground level for training and for match day. So we're going to look at the way that works. And then also training and match protocols, as you said, when people rock up, whether it's a junior or senior or vets player, they're really clear about the process, and it's a simple process. You know, QR code, log on, log off, just make sure you observe mask rules when you're not playing, all that sort of stuff. So you just want to be crystal clear on those protocols. So those are the 3 areas really that the subgroup are working through, and just making sure we're ticking those boxes and we're ready to go when training starts in, well, hopefully a couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, so I think this is the first of many communications going to come to our stakeholders between now and training and match starting. So it's really important that that you listen, I guess take them in. We'll be clear. There'll be people on the ground to make sure it works as well, of course, won't there? But it'll be coming thick and fast over the next couple of weeks. People keep doing the right thing in the community, and the numbers continue to trend lower over that 14 days. Then
the thing I would add, Scott, is that the club's got a fantastic culture. It's got a really good culture, and I think we're a well-resourced, well-supported club. But most importantly, we have a great culture, and I think we'll see that come through. And I think part of that messaging is that whilst the subgroup's doing a lot of the heavy lifting on the planning and making sure we get the right materials and protocols, there is a need, I think, excuse me, for every participant just to play their little role in making sure that those processes work, and whether it's cleaning a ball that you're using or just making sure that we do the right thing. That's going to be really important. Just those little things are going to make all the difference for us, I think.
Absolutely. One of the real positives out of the last update we got from Cricket Victoria was that a return to spectators for cricket. That was one that was, a real low blow when it first came out. And I sat in at a senior ECA executive committee, and everyone was pretty down about, no spectators being allowed to come to cricket, and how cricket clubs were going to police that. People could walk their dogs around the ground, all that sort of stuff. However, at this stage, we've got 10 outside of junior cricket and parents. We've got 10 spectators allowed at a senior ground. And hopefully, as the weeks progress, those sort of numbers will increase, and we'll be able to open the kiosk, get Eric Rover.
That's it,
and return to some sort of normality on a Saturday afternoon for people.
That's right, and I think it's really encouraging. We don't want to sort of make the whole conversation about Cricket Victoria, but they are advocating a lot on clubs like us behalf, and the changes around equipment and spectators are partly a result of lobbying and advocacy on their part. Things are changing, and that's part of the challenge of this, and it's why comms is so important. As things change, we need to make sure we're across it, and make sure the club community's across it, so everybody's just in no doubt as to what's going on. But you're right, it's an encouraging direction.
So some of the key things that will come out of the next couple of weeks for us to return to training will be a tick off on compliance from Burundara Council. That's probably the main one. We've submitted our application for compliance, and we're just waiting now for a tick of approval on that. We can't actually get back to we can't get back to Ergraven anyway until Brett Sutton allows us, and that won't be until those numbers return. But when they do, we'll be compliant. We'll have the tick of approval. We'll be ready to go. Obviously, what's continuing outside of the COVID subcommittee are regular Zooms every Wednesday for juniors and seniors. I have to say, there's a couple of the juniors that have really stepped up this winter, and they've become household names. They're more well known than some of the senior cricketers at the moment, which has been really, really good. It's been fantastic. The engagement by Lucas and his team has been brilliant. The Saturday morning 9:30 fitness classes have tested a few of us old blokes out. Been walking around very sore on a Saturday afternoon and Sunday, which has been fantastic. And obviously there's a Facebook group, a pre-season Facebook group inside the Glen Iris Facebook page. And people have been regularly posting, just getting to the nets, inviting people to a net. The weekend was very busy at the nets, obviously with the hot weather. So we just continue to do what we can, reaching out to each other, keeping in contact. If you are within 5Ks of a teammate, reach out, get to the nets, and we'll be back there soon, Jim.
Yeah, absolutely right. And the humour's alive and well, isn't it? And the cricket banter's going strong. So I think it's great to see and hear the club, community and culture, and the way we are sort of still alive and well. And that will come good in the summer when we return to training and playing.
It will, yeah. Anyone that's been down to Ergraven to walk the dog or been for a bit of a stroll, it's in fantastic nick.
Yeah.
As is Warner, as is Howard Dawson, as is Lewin Reserve. They're all in fantastic condition, waiting for us to turn. So we'll be in regular contact. Take care out there and stay healthy, and we'll see you soon. Thanks, Jim.
Yeah. Cheers. Thanks, Scott.